1.15 Elastic Block Store, and this is the version of Eucalyptus that's in Jonty right now. Finally, we support Zen and KVM as hypervisors. So for next, for Carmen and the UEC, we're really targeting the next version of Eucalyptus, which is version 1.6.0. We're going to be releasing this version sometime this summer. And the new interesting features that are really exciting, actually, the VM control, in terms of VM control, we're actually adding a brand new interface to Eucalyptus, which allows an administrative user to use the system in a very different way. So to actually set up persistent VMs, to save the state of VMs, and to do a lot of manual virtual machine management. So EC2 sort of hides a lot of features. We're adding an interface that allows an administrator to go in and really start controlling the system at a little bit lower level. And at the same time, be offering the resources as an EC2 style cloud as well. We're adding multi-cluster support into the system. We're doing some dynamic DNS, and this is for both virtual machine hosts and also for S3 buckets. And we're actually also really excited. This week, there's been a lot of talk about this notion of virtual appliances, and that's something that we're really excited to support. And this is sort of the development of appliances, applications that are specifically made to take advantage of cloud computing systems like Eucalyptus and EC2. And finally, we've learned a lot this week about the server power management support that's going to be put into Carmick, which is basically the ability in an interface for some system to remotely shut down and power back on servers if they're not needed. And so we're going to definitely be evaluating that power management interface and hopefully get it into 1.6. Oops. Screensaver? I guess. Oh, there it is. Well, thank you. That was my last slide, actually. Yeah, our main website is put up here, and we've got the main website. We have a community website which has a discussion forum and downloads, documentation. We've got a number of prepackaged virtual machines for use in Eucalyptus. And please feel free to ask any questions or send email. We'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you. Yeah, there's approximately 5 minutes for questions. If any
actually manage physical machines for that as well?
So the question is, can we manage physical machines with Eucalyptus? I'm not exactly sure how that would fit into the system, since in EC2 and Eucalyptus, the VMs are very transient. So their state gets lost when they're terminated unless you do special things to store the state.
Like test machines that people actually need to test hardware on. You could push images onto them, smooth them, and then just wipe them in the same way.
Sort of bare metal install. We don't do that in Eucalyptus right now. It's all virtual machines.
In the instance itself, does it have to be set up in advance, or can EC2 like create the entire VM on the fly? So in the moment.
So let's see. Right now, the question is, can VMs be created on the fly, or do you have to create them in advance?
I mean, the entire VM, not just what's inside.
The entire VM.
You use it to create an image, or did you create an image?
Oh, no. Yeah, so users of Eucalyptus and EC2, one of the ways you can use the system is to create your own VM, upload it into the system, and then ever after create instances of that virtual machine. And each instance would be a copy of the VM. That's right, yeah. It's essentially a clone.
I'm just curious if, obviously it was included in Jaunty, I'm curious if you're seeing people coming to you expressing interest in running it on Ubuntu.
Definitely. The question is, are we seeing interest in people running Eucalyptus on Ubuntu? Great, yes. Yeah, I mean, ever since Eucalyptus was put into Jaunty, we've seen a lot of interest in not only people running Eucalyptus on Ubuntu, but running Ubuntu in Eucalyptus. And so we did a poll actually asking people, what distribution should we be targeting next? And overwhelmingly it was Ubuntu. Yeah.
So you exposed the EC2 API. You will have in 1.6 web augmented web interface for management. Do you expect to ever have a different API than EC2? Something that is either Eucalyptus specific or an industry standard, if there's such a thing, or whatever?
Yes. So the question is, are we ever planning on putting a different interface on Eucalyptus aside from EC2? And the answer to that is yes. For 1.6, for instance, there is that administrative interface, which is essentially a different interface to Eucalyptus. And the design of the system is really such that new interfaces can certainly be added. And until we have a compelling new interface to go from, it's going to be EC2 for now.
Did you have to reverse engineer the EC2 interface, or was it specified by Amazon?
So the question is, did we have to reverse engineer the EC2 interface, or was it specified by Amazon? Their specification of the interface is actually very well documented. So what we did was looked at the documentation and were able to produce the interface.
What's the largest cloud that you know has been created for Eucalyptus?
Question is, what's the largest cloud we know of that's been created with Eucalyptus? I think the current largest cloud is on the order of hundreds of nodes and an unknown number of virtual machines. That's the current known. The strange thing is we don't know about some, the size of some of the users of Eucalyptus out there.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Hey guys, here. I have one quick announcement. It's very important. I forgot to tell you at the beginning. If you go to karaoke tonight, your badge is your ticket to get into the place. So you need to make sure before you get on the metro that you have your badge. Some of you are thinking, I lost my badge earlier. We have plenty of spare badges and lanyards at the desk. So there's no way we can get you in if you don't have your badge. So make sure you do that. And that's it.